Hi everyone, good morning, happy Wednesday. We are back this week. Let me just keep adjusting, keep adjusting this. So I just want you guys to be able to see my tabletop here. There you go. I am going to, right away in the bottom or in the comment section of our live video today, I'm going to add my template that I'm using because I think that's helpful. So you can check those comments. I'm going to add, it'll come up as like a picture, I think. I don't know if it's going to let me. I think it's not going to let me, but let me try one more time here as we're getting set. Let me see if I can like drag it over and add it. If not, if I can't get the template in now, I will definitely share it to our live video today. So you guys can get that. Let's see if that worked or not. Copy over, will it let me? It's not looking good, but that's okay. That's okay, we're up and running. So after our live video today, we'll come back. You can check those comments and I'll have a PDF of the template that I'm using today for our art project. So before we get started, just to give you a little update on what's happening at the Plymouth Arts Center, we're getting ready to start planning some fall classes. So if you haven't yet, check out our Facebook page. We are going to be, we have a survey out, I should say. I made a little survey. It's short. I try to keep it as brief as possible, but getting the best information about what age you're looking for classes. You could be looking for classes as an adult, right? I'm looking for classes. I'm looking for things to do. My husband and I are looking for date night ideas, things like that. You can tell us what types of classes you're looking for, if you have a child, what age group they're in, what you may be looking for them. If you're comfortable coming in person, if you'd rather have more of a virtual option. All of this feedback helps me provide you guys with the opportunities that you're looking for. This is one of our last 3 live art in this kind of format for the summer. So I'm going to take probably a week off after the next 3 weeks. So we have today, next week, and the week after. We'll be doing some back to school / fall projects, which I love fall. Who doesn't love fall? I don't know, but whatever. And I'm excited about that, kind of getting some fun fall crafts going. And then after that, we're going to maybe switch up the format a little bit. I had a great meeting with my educational committee last night, and we have some cool ideas. So stay tuned. I'll let you know more about that once we get going with that project. But this Friday, the Art Center is hosting their art gallery opening. It'll be inside and outside, so there's lots of options depending on your comfort level, what you feel like attending or not. But after this Friday, our new gallery will be open. I do have to say, and it's not just because I work for the Art Center, but the PAC is doing a really, really good job with safety recommendations and guidelines. You know, when you come to the Art Center to visit, you don't have to touch anything, which I appreciate. The doors are automatic. You can walk in, head right into our gallery or our gift shop. All the doors are already open. You can say hi to Dana and Carrie Lynn and Kathy, who's ever there that day. Maybe I'm there. You can say hi to me too. But you can come in and see our gallery and like not have to worry about touching anything. We do clean regularly. We do ask that you wear your mask, and we're typically not very busy. So if you're looking for a safe place to go where you may not see other people or be around that many other people, come visit. You know, we'd love to see you. We'd love to touch base with you, see how you're doing. So this Friday from 5 until 7 p.m., we are having a demonstration outside, which we're really excited about. We're having our reception for our artists who are in our show, and you're invited. So come down if you want to. If large crowds, we don't know how large it'll be, but if that makes you uncomfortable, come next week or the week after and experience the show in person. I think it'll be really cool. Just a reminder, we are open from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, and then noon to 3 Saturday and Sunday. Okay, with that, let's get started. So we are officially in August. We are in the back to school mode. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, maybe you're anxious, maybe you're not. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a hectic time. So I was thinking in my brain, what is a good back to school kind of activity that you can do with your child or do for your child. Maybe you're looking at someone that you know who's a teacher or who's working in the school district or anything like that. Maybe someone who just needs a little bit of cheer in their lives. This is a really fun activity that you can do to make something to give to somebody, or maybe your child is maybe feeling a little bit of separation anxiety heading into going back to school after being home with you. So this is like a great little thing you can make for them as an encouraging note or reminder, or kind of like that security piece as they go back to school. And listen, I used to teach high school, okay? So if a high schooler, if you think like, oh, my kid will think this is dumb, no. High schoolers like fun things too, and they like little notes from their mommies too, because you're always a kid at heart, and mom and dad always rule, grandma and grandpa always rule. It's like that thoughtful, you know, little piece of encouragement and love. Like we all crave it, we all need it. So today's project is an apple book. And if you see our picture, you can see it's a little 3D book. And you can keep it blank inside, but I thought it's really cute to do some pictures, some little inspirational notes or words of encouragement, things like that. I thought was really cute. So here we go. We are going to start off by either printing off that template. Again, I will get that to you guys soon as this video is done, and then cutting out your template. So you have an apple shape and you'll have a little leaf shape. You can see that this leaf stem is a little longer. You want to make sure that that leaf stem is longer when you're cutting these out, just to be able to attach it appropriately. Now this is going to be a pretty decent sized book, but I wanted it to be big enough so each side is a page. You have room to glue a picture or a little saying or write something in there. So you're going to cut out of whatever color paper floats your boat, 8 of these guys. You could do more. I probably wouldn't do less than 8. And you are going to know where the middle of each one is. So I picked green this morning, and I cut out 8. I didn't think you guys needed to watch me trace and cut this morning. So I cut out 8 of my green apples here. Now, some examples, I've seen people use different shades of green or some pattern and knot. Like, have fun with it. If you've got like a bunch of extra paper, go for it. You know, apples can be red, yellow, green, or you could do a rainbow apple. Like, that would be really fun too. So whatever your favorite color is, maybe whoever you're making this for, whatever their favorite color is, all those are really cool options. I picked a cardstock just so the pages hold up pretty well. And what you're going to do is you're going to layer all 8 together like this and stick in your stem. Now, I was going to cut out a green stem, but then I decided I wanted something a little different. I went on the hunt for brown construction paper and I didn't have it, so I'm gonna just quickly trace and cut out from this cute little bag that I have. Sorry, bag, you're being used for something else this morning. Some tips when tracing: you wanna try to keep your stencil, right, your template, nice and still. So I don't know if you guys can see me here. This is something we talked about too last night with our virtual classes, working on getting a few new pieces of equipment to make it easier for our viewers to see. So I'm just quickly going around and tracing my leaf and stem on this brown bag. Ta-da! And I thought it was kind of like a cool, it'll give it a cool texture, you know, if it gets crinkled, that's kind of fun. And again, it just reminds me of fall. So I'm going to quickly cut this out. Cut it out of here first. And then cut it out, and then we'll be ready to move on to our next step. This is a pretty simple project. So if you're doing this with littles and you want to have them help you, oops, whoops, that's okay. We're gonna make this work. If you want to have your littles help you, I would suggest you have them help you trace. It's a good hand over hand. And what I mean when I say hand over hand, you hand them the pen and then you put your hand over their hand to help them go through and trace. Just giving that example of how to trace, that would be good. You could, instead of using like a marker or something like that, you could use a crayon. because those are a little easier to use. They're chunkier for little's hands, things like that. Yeah, so that's what I would suggest for littles if you want to have them help you trace. You could also have them rip out if you would like a flavorful edge. We'll call it that. I've been watching a lot of cooking shows, so flavorful is probably not the right term. If you want more of a textured, that's a better one, textured edge, you could have them sit and rip out the apple shapes. You just want to probably help it once you put it all together to get it to stand, and we'll talk about that in a second. So I have my leaf. You want to think about what the backside looks like. So I didn't think about that when I traced, so I've got this little knob there, but I'm going to leave it just for today and for sake of time, okay? The next thing you want to do is find your center. So I'm going to give my apple pile here a little bit of a crease, okay? This is hot dog style for all my, you know, visionaries out there, okay? And then you're going to put the apple core between the middle, so behind 4 here. We're going to put that in, and we're going to staple down our middle. Here's my stapler. I'm really hoping, wow, this is going to be tight. I don't have a full-size stapler at home, so we're going to get as close as we can. We're going to staple, and my paper's kind of thick. It almost made it through, so I'm going to maybe do a double staple here. Things to think about: making sure your stapler fits your paper. Okay, and we'll see if I can get this a few spots. You want to staple as much as you can down the middle. Now it might get hard, like here. You can see my stapler is not quite reaching. So for sake of time and what we've got going on, I think I'm just gonna leave it at 2 staples, but I would really do like 2 or 4, right? Or maybe 3, get one here in the middle because you want that to stay together. So you can already see, look how cute that is, our little apple shape coming together. Okay, the next thing that you're gonna do is some folding. All right, so give me just a second, there we go. A little bit of a folding technique. And we've done this on some of our other projects too. You're going to fold, we're going to lift that first page up, fold it in. Oop. My staple's coming out just a little bit. Okay, and we're just going to take them all over and make a nice fold. I had a really good talk with my friend last night about doing things for other people and how good it feels. And it was like a nice little reminder for me that, you know, sometimes it just feels really good to make someone else happy. So I'm just glad that this is our art project this week, because I'm really about, you know, trying to find like what can I do that's nice for somebody else. And, you know, you forget sometimes how good that makes you feel. We'll do our other side. We're gonna flip it over. Okay, so I went and I did half of it one way. Okay, so you can see that that side is flipped up. We're gonna go to the other side and do it the opposite way. Okay, so I flip that over and then I crease towards the back, if you will. I had another friend this morning talk to me about cake pans, if she could borrow them, and I maybe got way too excited and I had to find like pictures of the pans and show her right away, and she was like, Tricia, I don't need them right now. And it's like, I know, I'm just really excited that I can help, you know, help out a friend. So just don't forget, like, little things like that really mean a lot to people, both those who are helping and who you're helping too. So yeah, that's all my little tidbit for today. Okay, here we go. We folded back. Okay, now you're gonna wanna fold the opposite way too. Okay, so you wanna take them and make sure they're folded both ways. And this takes just a little bit of time. This is a good one too to help littles with texture, with using their hand strength. Or if you have a high schooler, like, this is a cool teacher present to give some words of encouragement. Oh, another idea. Like, I know our church puts together care packages for kids who are in college. So this would be a fun thing to make if you're sending like somebody in college a care package. How cute is this, right? And we'll personalize it in just a little bit. Okay, so now I've done my folding. Let me kind of adjust it a little bit. You can play around, make sure that all the pages are out. And again, depending on how you cut it will depend on how it stands. So you might want to go ahead and adjust the bottom. Again, mine's a little wobbly too because I don't have staples in the middle, but you can see, right, we've got this cute little pop-up apple. It's 3D, it's super fun, it stands. So you could leave it like this. However, I thought it would be really fun to add some messages in or some pictures and things like that. So let's say I'm making this for my mom who's a elementary school secretary. I would maybe have a couple pictures of the kids. I didn't prepare those and I was going to take one here. I'll show you an example. Be right back. I have this by my desk that I use. Like I have this picture from last summer. It's me and Tom and our children. And it's amazing to see like how much time has changed. I think these were taken like almost exactly a year ago. But you can see little Hugh is running away. So I know sometimes my mom gets stuck, as she says, stuck in the office. So I would probably cut out Hugh. I have to make a copy of this though before I cut it. I'll cut out Hugh who's running here and say like, don't forget to keep moving, or like get up and get your steps in, okay? So if you cut out the little picture, you cut that out, I would put that on one page, okay? So let's say our little picture is here. I'm gonna draw his face. So we've got Hugh here, doot, 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 and I'll cover this with his actual picture. There we go. So you can see here, we've got a little running Hugh. So I'll put his little running picture there. Then the next step would be to cut out some white paper, some colorful paper, whatever you're feeling, and make a little speech bubble. So I'm just gonna cut out, this is some of my extra paper from past projects. And I wanna just kind of measure out the size here. I'm gonna round the edges so it looks more like a bubble. And then I'm gonna add a little tail so it looks like Hugh's talking to Gigi. That's what he calls her. Well, he's starting to call her Grandma. So we're just not really sure what her name actually will be. But we like them all. So you can see here I gave it a little tail so it looks like a speech bubble that'll be coming from Hugh. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna glue it on. I have a glue stick, guys. This is improvement. I also brought, just in case, my good old Elmer's liquid glue. So I'm going to glue that onto the middle of the page. And then I'm going to take some sort of marker probably. I would suggest a Sharpie or the Flair pens. Oh my gosh. Again, for my teaching days, they just come in every color you could imagine, and they're just so beautiful and easy to write with. Not for like a W9, but for grading a paper, absolutely. I got in trouble once for filling in an important piece of paper with my Flairs because they're more of a marker pen. But then, because Hugh's our little active bean, I think like this was a great saying for him. Maybe something like, "Don't forget to, you know, get moving, Grammy," or like, "Get your steps in," or, you know, "Come catch me," or something like that. And I would maybe, let's say like, don't forget to, and then in quotes I'm gonna say "move it," because Hugh also likes to sing the song "I like to move it, move it." So here I wrote, "Don't forget to move it." There'll be a little picture of Hugh running, right? And then you can do all the pages or not all the pages. You can write little notes, little words of encouragement, like "keep smiling," "don't touch your mask," you know, things like that, that are just going to be kind of the realities. And I think too, from being a teacher, just having those reminders and seeing those like fun things in front of you is a great way. You know, if you have a child going to school, right? So Hugh is actually going, hopefully we'll see, to 3K this year, and I might make him one of these like with our pictures for his cubby, so he can either show his friends like, "Oh, this is my dog," or "This is my mom," or "This is my sister," but just to put like little pictures or things in case he is missing home one morning. that he, you know, can look back and see them and feel our love even just being a couple blocks away. So that is our project today, everybody, our cute little apple book. Again, you can take this in so many directions, or if you don't want to do an apple and you'd rather do a pumpkin, you know, similar idea, switch up the colors a little bit. Think about someone who might benefit from this, or you could make it for yourself and just kind of keep them around the house if you need some positive encouragement. Yeah, or just for fun decor. So check us next week, Wednesday. Again, after this week, we have 2 more weeks that are going to be like this, that we might change up the format a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you have questions. Again, I'll put that template in here as soon as the video is done. And yeah, have a great week. Thanks for stopping by.